Hi everybody. Hey, I went to Canton First Monday Trade Days here in Canton, Texas a couple weeks ago. Found an interesting little toy phonograph. Guy sold it to me very reasonably. Got some really cool kid decals on there. It doesn't work. If it was in working order, I would probably not want to convert it to a lamp, but it is not in working order. I actually have a child's record that I had that I'm going to use when I finish it to put on there. That one's called Rin Tin Tin. Anyway, going to be doing some conversion. First thing I got to do is I got to take it apart. You can see there's some nuts on these bolts that go all the way through. We'll spray a little bit of penetrating oil on there and see if I can get those apart. Okay, while that is soaking in, I cut me off a piece of wire that's about 7 feet long. I think that's 14 gauge. I found me a little grommet because I've got a hole in there that I need to fill. We got a socket for the light bulb. Got a nipple for the socket. Got a plug. We got a switch. So I got all that here. I'm going to put it to the side. We're going to give it a little bit of time to loosen up, and then we'll take it apart. All right, so sprayed some penetrating oil on these nuts on the back of here. The other side has a smooth, flat head. Anyway, they're on there forever. So I'm not going to ruin this trying to take it apart. So I'm going to take another approach to it. I want to bring the electrical through this hole. I'm not sure what this was. Probably had an arm that had a needle on it to play the record as it was turning. I want to go ahead and put an NPT pipe up out of there, which will feed the socket up here at the top. So I need to find something to fill this hole. Found a knockout, but it just barely fits in there, so not tight enough. I'm going to either go get a different knockout to put in there so it'll be tight, or I may take this reducer. It's an electrical part, and I may put that on there, and then I'll have to have a different size knockout. And I think I can pop rivet this to the actual base of this record player, and then snap the other piece in, drill a hole through it, and stick this nipple in. So anyway, I'm gonna go see if I can find a smaller blank. It's an electrical knockout blank, and if I can, I'm gonna fit it into this. We'll take what's called a Whitney punch. I'll punch some holes in there. I'll show you how to do that, and we'll get that attached. And we're just gonna go ahead and wire through the bottom, come up through this hole. I really was wanting to try and reuse this switch, but it's not worth it to ruin everything trying to get all that apart. I'll just put an inline switch. Anyway, let me go see if I can find that. I'll be right back. So we need to make it to where I can attach this 12-inch, half-inch NPT pipe to the base of this. I'm thinking about putting something like that on there and attaching it, and then figuring out a way to attach all this. At the top of it, we'll put a half-inch cap. I'll have to drill a hole in there. We'll need a 3/8 inch hole. That will allow me to put that down through there and attach it. Here we're going to attach to a knockout that would ultimately go into this. So anyway, I'm going to drill a 7/8 inch hole in here and a 3/8 hole in here. So I'm going to take a punch, just a metal punch, and a hammer, and I'm going to find the center, and I'm going to dimple there. That way when I start drilling, my drill bit won't walk all over the place. And actually, while we're at it, I'm going to do the same thing on this. Now we can drill. I'm going to start with a smaller drill bit. This one gets a 7/8. This one gets a 3/8. I'm going to start with a smaller bit. Okay, I got about a 5/16 bit. Start here. Alright, now I'm going to switch up to a bigger bit, which I do happen to have a 7/8. Double check this. These are not cheap. That one is, actually that's 13/16. And that one is 3/4. I'm gonna use that 13/16. All right, we got our 7/8 inch hole. It's not pretty, but you won't be able to see it when I get everything screwed together. Here is our cap and our 3/8 inch bit. Okay, so we've got our pipe, 12-inch pipe, got a nut on there. I'm gonna take this blank, and actually that hole is tight enough that I'm gonna have to screw this on. But it goes on there on the threads. Get it tight. I have another nut around here somewhere. Here it is. I will put that on. I hope. We'll tighten that up with a channel lock or pliers. So that will snap into this, and then I'll attach that to the turntable. Here is our cap. So that would go on like that. But what I need to do next is that would go through into there, and then I have to put a nut on each side of that. So we'll do that next. All right, here's our little lamp nipple. There's our nut. Put it in there and screw it in. And then I'm going to run it through here. Put this other nut on the top side. We want to leave enough sticking up so that this socket will screw down on there. That's just about right there. So now I just need to tighten that up, and really I want to take this off. Once we get this sort of assembled, I may go ahead and paint it, because we need to paint it either a reddish color or that beige color to match the turntable. So anyway, we're going to do that next. All right, got this all put together. We're gonna paint it. I want to put this reducer that will snap together right there, and we'll paint it all together. But I'm also going to want to attach the reducer to this, and I think I'm going to pop rivet it on there. So I'm going to take a Whitney punch, which punches a hole. This is a 9/64 hole for this punch. And basically what it does is it's the same size, or 9/64 is a 64th bigger than 1/8. So it'll allow me to use a 1/8 inch pop rivet. So as long as they line up where I can attach that. So what I'll do now is I'll actually take a 9/64 bit, line that up, and drill through the holes I've already made into here. And then I'll find some aluminum pop rivets. Light coat here. And I like to, got some little rod I stick in there to keep from painting my hand. Anyway, that's going to take probably a couple of coats. Anyway, we'll let that dry. See how it looks with that color. It's a little newer looking. I can probably spray a little burgundy on there or something to make it have a little better color match, but we'll let that dry now. All right, while we're waiting for that to dry, on the bottom of this, there were 4 holes that have little rubber grommets in them. I replaced one of the grommets so it was newer. And I'm gonna stick our wire up. This is the closest to that hole. Let's stick our wire up through there and feed it to where I can get a hold of it. And now I got a hold of it. I'm gonna pull out about a foot or so. All right, I put the wire strippers in the wrong place. Don't do that. Gonna actually strip back about 5/8 of an inch of wire. This is up on the socket end. And I'm gonna come down here to the plug end and do the same thing. 5/8. While the paint's drying, I can actually go ahead and put this plug on. And pry that up. Comes apart. We run the wire through the plug, and then we just put it together. Back these screws off. Take wrap that around clockwise. Oh, let's get here in the picture. Tighten it down. Same thing on this other side. Back the screw off. Take the wire, twist it, wrap it around clockwise. Tighten it down. Make sure the wires aren't getting in each other's way. slide this back up and snap it into place. Can use my screwdriver to help me a little bit there. Get that side up. Get that side up. There we go. So the paint is dry. I'm just gonna sit this up here. I'm gonna line that up. I'm gonna see if I can start a hole. Now let me see if it lines up very well. That is not it. That is not it. So here is the alignment. That is not very good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop rivet that on, and then I'm going to have to make sure that I get the other hole lined up correctly. So I really need to put this wire up through here. Let's take this off. Get that through there. Get this in that hole, through that, screw that back on. Then we can line this up. Which is not there, but right there. Found some pop rivets, black ones. I know I got a bunch of white ones around here somewhere and some silver ones, but black will do. I'm going to do a little bit of touch-up painting anyway. Pop rivet gun, you stick the pop rivet in there, you line up the hole, get it in there, and you squeeze it till it pops. Take that one out, put another one in, line up this hole. I can turn that down where you can see. Get that in. Got two of them. Now that I've got two and it won't move, take and drill from this side. Our third hole. Get a pop rivet. Put it in there. Let's do this. Then I got all three. There we go. So they're good. I think we can live with that. I'll touch this paint up. Okay, we can go ahead and put this socket on before I actually touch up the paint. Just unscrew this. Take that apart. Stick that up through there. I can actually screw that down onto the lamp nipple. Anyway, remember, let's see, we pull a little bit of this wire up. Then we've got this. You got yellow or brass and white or silver. So we need to put those in the correct wire. So white is the ribbed wire, which is this one right here. You go clockwise. And tighten that one down. Black goes on brass. Clockwise. Use my screwdriver to help me. Turn her down. Pull this back. Get it to seat down in here. And then this just screws right on. There we go. Now I will touch up the paint. Okay, I added a bulb, and then I stuck the shade on, and here's your finished product.